Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Good to see people,
Everybody.
or I guess good to be here live. Jenna, I'm getting the thumbs up from you. I'm seeing the little live button on the top left-hand corner here of my screen. So welcome. Welcome, everyone. Excited to have you with us. And Jenna, I'm getting pretty excited. I'm getting pretty excited about the EGA. I know we're
57 days.
Oh, wow. I was about to say, I think we're less than 2 months. Yeah. Who's counting? Who's counting?
Right, exactly.
57. Very good. Wow. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, being in person is incredible. You know, getting a chance to meet so many people, some of which we've seen at past events, some of which are brand new. They've just been in our virtual community for a while. And some of that is getting us hang out with amazing experts from the virtual family office like Chris Hall.
That's right. Absolutely.
So we're excited to introduce Chris. If you haven't had a chance to work with Chris before, this would be a good conversation here today. Incredible background, really great company solving, I think, a pretty unique niche within the space. And I'm excited for you to kind of learn a little bit more about what they do. Jenny, you want to frame it out with an appropriate introduction here, and then we'll just kind of have a conversation with Chris?
More than happy to. So Chris is the founder of Estate Plan Navigator, an industry-leading cloud-based legal solution that provides access to quality cloud-based legal assistance for the masses. So taking advantage of today's powerful technology paired with the still very important human element. Earlier in his career, he was a futures trader and financial advisor, so he will definitely be relating to our audience for the June EGA. So Chris, what can our attendees expect to hear from you in Nashville?
Thanks, Jenna. Nice introduction. I was flattered to be called an expert, but I learned from a lot of really great people. But yeah, I'm excited to be at EGA. This will be our first time there, and heard amazing things about it, and never been to Nashville, so great experience.
Hey, there we go.
My wife and I are going to actually spend an extra couple of days and enjoy it. So anyway, at EGA, I really want to take the opportunity to introduce everybody to what it is we do. We feel like we've really solved one of the biggest problems advisors face today, and that is there's so much friction in the estate planning process as it's been done throughout the years. Access to a quality attorney and quality solutions for your clients is always been a challenge, whether it's price, whether it's the lawyer who likes to make everything complicated, all the hurdles that we have. Our solution has really created an opportunity for advisors to control the process, walk your client through a simple set of questions that's all online, have the assistance of a lawyer, and in the end, produce a really great set of documents, a solution for their client that comes from a lawyer that's going to get the job done and protect their family from a really potentially bad situation called probate.
So I know from my personal experience as an advisor, plus working with lots of advisors and accountants, we all know that having a will or trust and doing estate planning is important, but a lot of our clients, and some of us even, you know, the dentist with the messy teeth, like, don't have them. Why from your perspective? Why so many people have outdated estate plans and end up in probate, or just with things that are so outdated?
Yeah, well, the outdated number is unfortunately small, because I'd rather have people have done something and it's just outdated. The real problem is the fact that 65 to 70% of the people who should have plans in place don't.
Wow, it's that big. 65 to 70%.
Very big number. And so I feel like, there's differing opinions, but as an advisor, what I've discovered was it's not so much the regular or the usual story you hear. People don't want to talk about their eventual demise. I disagree with that. I feel like it's fear of the unknown. I think people don't want to look silly or stupid, or they don't really understand the process. They think it's a lot more complex than it is. And so a solution like ours gives the advisor an opportunity to simplify it for their client, make it approachable, not only from a price standpoint, but from a process standpoint. We get more good feedback from our advisor partners on the process than we do on price. And our price is amazing. But the reality is the folks just need someone who can show them how easy it is. And that changes, that's the game changer I think we bring to the table.
What about, just to play devil's advocate a little bit, because I didn't
Sure.
realize 65 to 70%. I mean, that's
It
staggering.
varies, do a Google search, you'll see different numbers, but that's it's in that area.
I mean, yeah, if it's in that area, that's huge, regardless of the the variable there. What about the advisor, the CPA that feels like I'm already busy as it is? I don't really understand why I would want to offer this. Sure, I'd want my clients to be more taken care of and prepared for this, but I'm not really an expert in this space, and I don't know how it fits into my business as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good question. So there's two prongs, two ways an advisor can go with that. If you're busy, but you want to offer this service, we have a solution called the EP Navigator Plus program, where you're simply referring your client to us and we do a Zoom meeting with them. One of our experts walks the clients through the process. They do everything virtually, of course, keeping the advisor in the loop. And that really simplifies the process. It's like referring to a lawyer with expertise that actually has great customer service and will take good care of your client, because very few lawyers have that aspect down pat. They're notorious for not doing a very good job there. The other thing is if you do choose to take the time and walk them through, it's usually about a 45-minute or so process to walk them through our software and get the process going and be ready to ship documents. And that process is extremely valuable if you're looking to deepen a relationship with a client, to really make your client stickier, someone who's going to come to you time and time again as their life moves through its different phases and they need to update their documents. There's a tremendous amount of value there in the process. And one of the things I'll talk about probably at EGA too is, this is an incredible process for unearthing new opportunities, whether it's from the financial planning side, from insurance side, from tax planning, any of these things. A lot of things come up in this type of conversation when you're talking about folks' legacy and what they want to do with their hard-earned dollars. So a lot of new opportunities come up to the forefront when you're doing this process. So there's a lot of value there.
Love it, love it, love it. Question for you, and ironically, I'm thinking right now about family. If they were listening to this, how would they know whether or not they are someone that should have an estate plan?
There's almost nobody who shouldn't, even from the college age kid going off to college that's 18 years old. They at minimum should have a power of attorney. So if they're snowboarding and run into a tree, their parents can still get a hold of the hospital and get information, because without that in place, HIPAA laws, even a parent is going to have a problem at first. So starting at age 18, you ought to have the basics. Moving up through the ages, and now you talk about guardianship issues for young families. Who's going to take care of your kids? That can become a horrible situation if, God forbid, something happens to the parents and you leave minor children behind. And the next phase of your life, you're moving, getting closer to retirement. You're talking about, what if you just die and now your family's going to probate. So just about anybody needs something. There's different documents for different people at different phases, but just about everybody ought to have the basic estate planning documents in place. Keep your family and your loved ones away from the court system.
Yeah. Interesting. I hadn't put it that much thought into it before, of the different phases. So what are, from your experience, and I know you were an advisor in the past too, prior to the role now, what are some of the key questions that an advisor or an accountant should be asking that maybe they aren't already, that really uncovers, your client has a need here that somebody should be paying attention to?
Yeah, I haven't been asked that question lately, Anton, but I think from from very simplistic level is simple. Do you have a will or do you have an estate plan in place? It's a simple question, right? And from there, it might be continued with some, do you have an understanding of the probate process? You know, do you know what it means to die or become incapacitated without the proper documents in place? And these questions are not practicing law. This is general knowledge. So to have a conversation about the fact that, hey, if you become incapacitated, it's not automatic that your spouse or your brother or your sister gets to make decisions for you. You need to have documents in place that tell the courts what your wishes are. So having a conversation about just simply understanding whether they know that they ought to have these documents is, most people do.
Mm-hmm.
They just, like I said at the beginning, they just feel like it's too complicated and they don't want to. And if you just show them, hey, look, I can solve this for you in a matter of about an hour, wouldn't that be nice? And you can even be home sitting in your pajamas and we'll do it on a virtual, you know, so that'll get them moving in most cases.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, the world has gotten so used to being virtual now over the last few years. COVID certainly moved that dial. And I think having a virtual solution, and I've worked with lots of local estate planning attorneys, you know, myself and with clients, and there's probably still a role for that. But I love what you've built, and the fact that it can be done virtually and with such a minimum amount of time and cost is pretty phenomenal. I can tell, and I know through our conversations, like you really believe in it, which is why you left your practice and, you know, pursued this mission, which I think is great work.
Thanks.
It's meaningful work.
I took a small leap of faith. I just knew that there was a need for this. And when I was doing it as an advisor, it was all handwritten, because I'm going to tell you how old I am now. But the internet, when I started, the internet wasn't even a thing. But you know, we hand wrote the answers to the attorney questions on paper and mailed it into the lawyer. Now we get to take advantage of all this great technology. We get to have a lawyer who's assigned every file. That lawyer is responsible for the legal decisions. That lawyer's creating the documents, and that lawyer is accessible to us and to the client for their needs. So it works out really well. Love
it. Yeah. Good. So let's do two things. One is, if somebody is listening to this and they think, oh, that clearly is a need that I have either in my practice or, you know, for clients or for myself, let us know what's the best way for them to learn more, Chris. And then Jenna, from there, I think we should talk a little bit more about the EGA and just what else Chris and other experts will go into live in Nashville. So Chris, we'll start with you.
Sure. Yeah, check us out at EP, like estate planning, epnavigator.com. That you'll land on a client-facing site there where you can learn a lot about what we do. There's an advisor button up in the top right-hand corner you can click on and learn more about it from the advisor standpoint. You can shoot me an email at Chris, CHRIS, at epnavigator.com. Either of those ways is a great way to learn a little bit more. There's a schedule a demo button on our website. You can use that, schedule a call with me. Happy to chat with any. We've already started working with quite a few ERT members, and it's a great group. We're excited to learn more about you guys and meet you all in Nashville.
Oh, we appreciate it. Yeah, very good. Jenna, let's do a rundown of the dates and details. And
you've got it. So June 23rd, 24th, Nashville, Tennessee. Tickets are still available. You just go to elitegrowthacademy.com. You can register right there. You'll see Chris and all of our other amazing speakers for you to take a look at, and you just sign up right on that page there.
I think we're bumping up towards about 100 attendees right now, and we've got about 2 months to go still. I think we are getting pretty close to hitting the hotel capacity.
Yeah, so, that is true. If sign up now.
And if you are already signed up and you haven't booked your room, go do it, because otherwise you're going to be hanging out at a different hotel down the road.
You're scaring me, but I think I did mine.
Okay, all right.
I'm pretty sure. I'm going to go check.
Listen, Nashville's a hot town.
Apparently, Nashville at the end of June.
Yeah.
Hot in many ways, I'm hearing.
Yeah. Yes.
we will do a cocktail happy hour on the Thursday, and so we'll take advantage of being in Nashville a little bit.
Sure.
But yeah, it's phenomenal. If you haven't been to one of our events in the past, it's a great opportunity to meet you in person. You get to meet, it will be well over 100 people by the event itself. Just other thought leaders, experts in our virtual family office like Chris and a couple other just phenomenal experts there, and then the internal community. It's a great group. So we're really excited about what we're doing and what we're building. I think this is just the beginning phases of some pretty cool disruption that we're seeing in the industry, and we're excited to be a part of it. So Jenna, super excited to have you and Chris on this morning. It's a great way to spend 15-20 minutes. And
I think I need an estate plan.
You're sitting here going, oh wait.
I should probably put that in place.
Very good.
I happen to know where you might be able to get that.
Hey, exactly.
Very good.
All right. Thanks so much, Anton and Chris. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you in June.
Very good.
As well. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Bye for today.